Captain, how do you know you are yourself and not your shadow? Because Formal. Keep it formal, Joe. We're not alone. Our audience watches every interaction from a table behind the current Inquisitor with pointed stares and stiff faces. We are in a large conference room at my base's intercity headquarters. It's a Saturday, so there's only a skeleton crew and a few stragglers in the building. Drawn shades and a security guard standing by the hallway door are in place to discourage any gawkers. Functional dark blue with silver metallic highlights, the room has enough space for stacks of folding chairs leaning against the walls. Overhead lights offer modest illumination. The board won't understand the abstract perceptions of thought without emotion or a world of permanent gray. They didn't survive a hell that transformed humans into beast and beast into robot. If I do anything else during my testimony, I have to provide some insight into that horrible world without frightening them. Maybe I should. After all, the upper echelon allowed the existence of such creatures to corrupt an otherwise peaceful and noble organization. Without reminding them of the dangers, they could easily slip back into acceptance. Because, sir, you'd be dead, or at least severely injured if I wasn't. Are you threatening me, Captain? No, sir. Merely stating facts based on serving time as a command security guard. If you read the briefing on CSGs, I did. Then you're aware that they consider 2 feet around them as their defensive zone, sir? They classify anyone entering this area with confrontational intent as a target. I guesstimate the space between my Inquisitor and me. You, sir, encroach on mine by 3 or 4 inches. The thin officer shuffles back until he retreats a good 2 feet. His narrow eyes squint through his square glasses. A splattering of gray in his otherwise dark sideburns suggests he's handled provocative witnesses before with mixed results. Is this better? Yes, sir, but I prefer if this, several sarcastic snipes almost slip out, board ends his questioning, sir. You have enough information for a vote. We don't believe that, Captain. How else can you prove your shadow is dormant? Have I called you a body or referred to myself in the plural at any time during my testimony, sir? No. How's that significant? This guy read the briefing. Yeah, right. Most of the information concerning a CSG's second-person thoughts process is on page 1. CSGs judge everything around them by threat level, strategic value, and a mission relevance without emotion, possession, or sentimentality. Their training removes their humanity, then? Yes, sir. How did your doctor return yours? Through hypnosis. Through hypnosis, I relieved the experiences of my shadow, not as a hunter, but as every one of its victims. The inevitable pain built the defenses and control mechanisms I use against it. Isn't it you? So why not refer to it as she or her? That acknowledges its existence, sir, and we don't want to do that. What about Jane Honeywell? How is she related to you? She's the cover identity I used during the undercover op that created my shadow. As per regulations, she became its human persona of record for whenever its handler or assigned bodies needed to call it something other than its alphanumeric designation. Do you view her as a separate entity from your shadow? Glasses. Insistence on pursuing minor technicality and nuances remind me of my brother Michael, another lawyer. If only he were here to out-logic this jerk, I sigh. My Inquisitor is turning into dangerous and confusing territory that is even harder to explain than the existence of my shadow. One misstep and this goes south with disastrous consequences for everyone in the room. It's easier for me to consider them one and the same, sir. Do you carry anyone else in your head, Captain? Lunch threatens to dislodge itself from the digestive process. I swallow it back down. All their victims and the other personas I've played during my undercover ops, sir. What you describe is borderline, if not full-blown dissociative identity disorder. Now he's a head doc too? He's right, though.